Musiponyamaza hii mkutano itakwisha. Can you tell those fellows to stop the singing? If you don't do it, hii mkutano itakwisha in the next few minutes. Musitulete upuzi hapa. Mnasikia?
Kuna maneno hiyo. Uja kutisha hapa na maneno kidogo ati mkutano itaisha. Mkutano ya nani itaisha? Mimi nimekuja hapa na niko nyumbani.
Controversy could easily be Isaac Ruto's second nature. The Bomet governor has hopped from controversy to controversy, from being locked up in the aftermath of the August 1st, 1982 attempted coup, to being abandoned at the South African airport by former President Daniel Arap Moi. For over the 3 decades that he has been in politics, Ruto has rubbed shoulders with the who is who in Kenya, and in the process made himself powerful friends and enemies.
Anasema wanataka kuingiza wewe ndani ya Jubilee na wewe hutatoka hapo. Hata ukifinywa, wakiplug your ears, lazima ukae hapo.
Love for speaking his mind and for daring to swim against prevailing political tides has thrust Ruto to prominence, and some would say notoriety as the rebel in chief. To his critics, Ruto's decision to abandon Jubilee in favor of his own brand new party, Chama Cha Mashinani, in a region where the ruling coalition reads large, would seem as a headlock and foolish rush to commit political hierarchy. Yet his admirers read in his daring a political John Baptist, preparing ground for the South Rift community's divorce with Jubilee.
All of that.
The straight-speaking governor hails from the small village of Tumoi that nestles amid the rolling green of Chepalungu, the constituency that helped Ruto hone his leadership skills and that also served as his springboard to the bigger office of county governor. Tumoi is Ruto's citadel, where the governor retreats for much-needed family love and to renew his vows with that other love of his life, dairy farming.
And baby milk, they are so much making noises.
When we visited his home early morning, he was out and about making sure his dairy cows received the best care for the day in order to repay him with their own best.
I found my dad doing it. And then I got used to it. I used to milk even as I went to school. Even nikiwa university kuna milk na kupeleka ng'ombe maziwa. But later on now that we grew into it, and then the demand now for milk, because I have a lot of visitors, forced me to keep dairy and then also for income.
It is a passionate love that has made him invest in a modern dairy home, for his hundreds of dairy cows, he says, were sourced from Kiambu and even in Asian countries famous of top dairy breeds.
This is 40 liters a day. Where is the second one? This white one?
This one.
This one will be used to feed it today.
Today?
Yeah.
This for lunch, eh?
This one ends up being 8 shillings a kilo on completion of crop. But hay is about 13 shillings a kilo. Because you buy it at 150 shillings, you divide by 13, it is about 12 shillings, and you have to grind it and you have to put it in drums. It's another cost. So it goes all the way to 15 shillings a kilo. So hay is twice the price of this.
According to Ruto, the dairy farmer, he has set aside over 10 million shillings to design a state-of-the-art milking shed that will comprise a cooler, a milk processing and packaging section, and yogurt processing plant right from these ongoing works.
Even power for the...
Even for milking.
Inside his compound, the governor has set aside a mini airport, which his chopper lands and takes off whenever he uses a sky machine to maneuver around the expansive county of Bomet.
To build that, I think we used about 30 or 40 bags of cement. Somebody was taking it to Parliament that the governor has built an airport. In his home. Wabunge wako na vitina mingi ambayo uelewi.
Hi, how are you? She walks every morning.
When we joined his family for breakfast early morning, the shadow of an absent family member loomed large, memories of their late daughter Amy Ruto engulfing the heavy breakfast. She died of cancer in 2014 in what the family described as untimely for the national cricket captain.
When we started now asking hard questions and going for serious questions with the doctors is when we finally discovered, but it was too late. When we discovered she was sick, it was very devastating. The very fact of being told the news that it was actually a cancer,
It is time for Ruto the governor to give way to Ruto the father, the governor getting emotional and barely holding his tears back. It is the softer spot, rarely seen in public, that it is so difficult to reconcile with the tough-talking, straight-shooting Ruto. I choose to change the subject, hoping to help him avoid ruining his morning. Governor Ruto's thorny rebellion against Jubilee in the South Rift coming at a time when Deputy President William Ruto is seen as symbolically having one of his foot on the doorstep of State House in 2022 attracts criticism from the DP support base that his namesake is the perfect spoiler from within.
We formed URP, 3 of us. It was myself, William, Keter, and then Kutuny, 4. Then we invited Duale to Kawatan to form URP. Now the party we formed was now busy sabotaging my government in Bomet. I mean, really. So when they told me they were folding URP, I told them, in God's name, fold it. But don't expect me to follow you. Fold it. It can't work because this is the vehicle we formed. We expected certain results. You are driving it in the wrong direction. So definitely I can be with you. That is now the opportunity I got to form Chama Cha Mashinani. So I'm not a rebel. I'm simply explaining my point.
He has been regarded as a man who has been able to crack the valley by providing a fulcrum to coalesce the otherwise diverse rebellion against William Ruto, despite the Deputy President inaugural status as the Rift Valley kingpin.
One of my disagreements with William is that he started buying MCAs the same way he bought all the MPs. All these MPs, I chaperoned them to their seats, including this one here, Savimbe, Member of Parliament for Chipalungo. Even Joyce herself, the MP for Sotik, I went to pick her from the truck. She was on an ODM reloaded truck, dancing all over with Millie Odhiambo. I told her she's good material, we can have her in URP.
The man who insists he is his own man says he has already prepared his flock to embrace the much-hyped but still unstructured National Super Alliance, and if he is to be believed, he is in advanced talks with the emerging coalition to ensure a handsome chunk of the coalition goodies for his CCM party if NASA forms the next government. As expected, the clash of the two Ruto has regularly earned the governor hostile fire from the DP ardent supporters.
Duale is not just critic. Duale is a loose mouth. No one should take Duale seriously. He's simply a sycophant of unparalleled levels. William Ruto, you can understand him by the friends he keeps, even internationally. His best friend is Museveni of Uganda. You see how Museveni is dealing with Besigye. That is the William Ruto you're looking for. It's only a matter of time and he'll put on the same hat as Museveni, not the same Mukwachu. And he would want to do the same thing on all the opposition leaders as Museveni does on Besigye. As of now, Uhuru is a captive of William. So it's very difficult to judge Uhuru. Initially, we thought Uhuru was better natured. But he had not shown us any ideological inclination, either left, right, center, or wherever. We have no idea where he falls in the political line. So we really wouldn't. I wouldn't say he's pro-people. I wouldn't say he's pro-capitalists. I wouldn't say he's in the center, because I don't know. He has never shown us that. We thought he was fairly good-natured and he would implement certain things. There is no more Uhuru and there is no more William. There is only Uhuruto. They are conjoined at the hip, at the heart, at the pockets, and in the head. So they are there for one. Therefore, you can't describe Uhuru outside William as of now. They are just one and the same. What William is saying is obviously what Uhuru condones. Because as a president, he should have taken charge. Because he abdicated Rift Valley, traversing the place, harassing everybody, abusing them, and abusing the rest of the country everywhere. Everywhere. Nothing positive out of him. Raila Odinga has something that drives him. And that is something that has driven the Jaramogi family, I think, for a long time. They also want a fair society. I share quite a lot with Raila in terms of what we think about the solution to the problems we have. The only thing we had differed with Raila was about the settlement of the people of the mouth. We want to save the environment, both of us, but I wanted them paid upfront so that they can go away after having been paid. That was the only difference. But on the rest of the issues nationally, we seem to have more similar ideas. Even Musalia Mudavadi.
His exuberance notwithstanding, critics view the governor independence and sustained criticism of Jubilee administration as a fool's errand. They think he is pursuing a helpless quest of cracking a solid Rift Valley voting bloc, and to his admission, it is a region that has ever been in government from 1978 when Moi took over power to 2007 when they voted in Raila Odinga to become the country's prime minister, and now the second most powerful position of deputy president. The question remains, with all his confidence, can Isaac Ruto succeed in leading the South Rift exodus from Jubilee? Stephen Letoo for Events 2016, Bomet County.